how's it going? Welcome to another video. So I did a 10 top 88 films the other day in my collection, movies from that label. I think, it's worth considering if you haven't. Today I thought I'd do 10 Vinegar Syndromes. So I'm going to be running down a little ranking 10 to 1 of the top Vinegar Syndrome releases that I own, that if you haven't seen or purchased, definitely worth considering picking up. They do some of the best packaging out there. They probably do the best slip covers. They have fantastic artwork. I know they've got a good sale coming up in a few weeks, the halfway to Black Friday, where you can ship, they ship all over the world from what I gather. You do have to pay a fee to have it shipped, but you can pick up so many bargains in those sales. So if you're looking to add some Vinegar Syndrome titles to your collection, do consider their sales. So anyway, let's get started with top 10, should I say, Vinegar Syndrome titles that I own in my collection that I think are definitely worth picking up. Okay, so I have a stack of 10 that I pulled off the shelf. There's a little look. I'll start with 10 in the ranking, and that is from the VSA line, and that is Grave. It's got a fantastic slip on it. It's one of these slips that go over the top like that. Yeah, it's a really good movie. It's about these guys basically in Southern America's can't remember exactly what state it's in, but they're trying to find this treasure that's meant to be buried in a tomb in somebody's grave, and they're on this adventure basically to try and find the treasure. And there's a bunch of double crossing and some twists along the way. It's got a pretty cool twist to end with. That's Grave at number 10. Great movie. Another one which comes in a fantastic package. This is my number 9, is Fade to Black. It's about this crazy guy who basically reenacts scenes from movies. He's that obsessed, he starts taking people out and murdering them dressed as his favourite movie characters like Dracula and The Mummy and things like that. Yeah, really out there kind of movie, but it's a lot of fun. That's Fade to Black at number 9. Comes in this fantastic package, nice slip. Not sure if you can still get the slip, but you can get this artwork, I believe, and you can also flip it to the original. At number 8 is Dario Argento's Trauma. I've not been collecting Vinegar Syndrome. I will admit I've not been collecting VS for a long time. This was one of the first ones I picked up because I saw that they were releasing an Argento movie, and I thought, I wanted Trauma on Blu-ray for a long time. Not the best Argento. It's one of his later ones, should I say. I think it's from about 1994. Has his daughter in it, Asia Argento, when she's a lot younger. Brad Dourif's in there. It's a okay movie. It's kind of weird and odd and strange, sort of giallo piece. I wouldn't exactly call it as much as a giallo as things like Deep Red and Four Flies on Grey Velvet, but nonetheless you got Trauma there. Excuse me, I was going a bit croaky then. Trauma there from Vinegar Syndrome. Nice one that from them. That's my number 8. At number 7 is a fantastic Tick set. Again, early 90s movie. Crazy stuff about these mutated ticks and this these young youths in retreat. These offenders at a retreat who are like camping out in the woods and stuff. And it's low budget, but it's really fun. Forget the guy's name now, but it's got him in it from the Ice Cream Man. Is it Clint Howard? Might be, I think his name's Clint Howard, but he's got an appearance in it. It's quite crazy, as you can see what happens to him. But it's pretty gross out. It's got all the some squishy effects, and it's got insects going inside under people's skin, to put it straight. But that's Ticks. Comes with a slip within a slip, so you got the lovely slip box and then another slip over the Amore case like that. Fantastic edition. I think this is still knocking about a little bit. You can pick it up, but there's also a standard 4K of that one. Number 6, Mexican horror here, just a standard release from VS. So I've got Cemetery of Terror. Yeah, crazy fun, good Mexican horror. You can see a gory image there. Yeah, that image isn't for the faint of heart, is it? Yeah, and it's about these trying to remember now. I can sort of remember the movie, it's just been a while. Yeah, near a cemetery, and they do a ritual, and then yeah, savage serial killer comes back to life. So basically they do a ritual near a cemetery in this building. Savage serial killer comes back to life and starts dispatching them and dismembering them. Yeah, really fun stuff. And then we have my number 5 from the same director as Cemetery of Terror. That's Grave Robbers. Similar kind of film, you know, got those kind of effects. Mexican horror, really good. These grave robbers go into a tomb and awaken this guy. Well, I say guy. They awaken this presence, and the dead come to life. And this guy's after them, and he, you know, even goes into the parts of the city trying to kill them. But a great movie. It's a standard release again, but that's Grave Robbers, definitely worth a look. I'm not going too in depth with the synopsis because I didn't want to do that for this video, but we can always do that. And that's The Undertaker as well at that's my number 4. Another standard edition, but well worth having. It's a gritty film. It's about an undertaker who murders people on his premises at his mortuary. You know, he kills people and takes them back there and plays around with the bodies and stuff. It's Joe Spinell who's in Maniac. Another crazy one, quite liking to Maniac. I have said this before, it belongs down the same dingy dark alley as Maniac, this movie, The Undertaker, but it's great. Number 3, 4K, ending with some 4Ks. This is a 4K edition of Deadly Games, also known as Dial Code Santa Claus. Yeah, I know it's been dubbed as sort of like a more adult Home Alone, basically a more violent version of Home Alone. This kid, he lives with his mum and his grandpa. His mum's working at her company on Christmas Eve. This sadistic Santa breaks into the house and is trying to take them out and kill them. You can see a picture of him there. He manages to trace the kid and he goes after him basically, and the kid fights back with traps and a whole range of weapons, you know, trying to save his granddad and the dog. It's got some good violent stuff in there, some good traps. The house is amazing. It's got like an amazing toy room where they hide out from the killer and things like that. But yeah, really good Christmas movie. It is a subtitled one, so you do have to watch in subtitle. I believe it's French. Yeah, with a lovely slip as well. That's on 4K Dial Code Santa Claus. So yeah, definitely give this one a go for Christmas. It is one you probably have to watch with subtitles though, unless you speak French. My number 2 is a personal favourite of mine. It's a slasher. It's a Madman. This 4K came out, I believe it was. I got it in when they did the Valentine's Day sale in 2022, I believe, and I was so glad they brought it onto 4K. You can see the fantastic artwork. It's got the Madman on there. Yeah, it's about Madman Mars, who is avenging the wrongdoings that have happened to him, and he's taking out all the campers. And there's an old legend. It's got a cool soundtrack with a song. Madman, if you're into 80s slashers, definitely give Madman a go. And the way to go is from Vinegar Syndrome with this 4K. I know Arrow I said Harrow there. I know Arrow have a good release on Blu-ray, which I did have, but I sort of sold that to fund the VS release because I wanted it in 4K. Nothing wrong with the Arrow release. It's got great special features, great cover art. It's a good transfer on there. But I'd go for the, if you haven't seen the movie and you want it to look its best, go for the VS 4K. And then number 1 for me is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Came out last October. Fantastic set. Like Ticks, it's a hard box and then another slip cover with one of the original posters on there. As you can see, the whole Sawyer family gang. Yeah, the movie's great. It's more tongue-in-cheek than the original. The original's, it's got a serious tone. This is very sort of silly. It's more of a parody, if you will. It's from the same director, Toby Hooper, so it's his creation, but he decided to go in a different direction. You've got Bill Moseley added to the gang, who plays Chop Top, who's just brilliant in the film. Dennis Hopper, who's a crazy, he's a crazy guy in there, trying to take them out, and it's really good. So it's a fun time. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, if you will, but it's definite. That's my number 1 for Vinegar Syndrome picks that I own. So that was 10 VS titles that I own that I think are worth picking up, my sort of top 10 out of my collection. Yeah, any comments about Vinegar Syndrome, what you think about the label, or what's your favourite title that they've released on Blu-ray or 4K, please leave a comment when you can, or it'd be great to hear from you. Okay, thanks, bye.